Not content on ruling the rally simulation genre, Dirt Series takes a hard right with Dirt Showdown, an arcade racer that's as much destruction derby as Gymkhana. It's a daring maneuver, but does it pay off? We take the wheel and find out. Crashing is a fine art. Like a child armed with a matchbox car in each hand, developers have been pursuing the perfect car crashing game ever since halfway decent vehicle physics were a possibility. Heavy hitters in the genre include such luminaries as Twisted Metal, Carmageddon, and Burnout. But the field has looked decidedly empty in recent years. Enter Dirt Showdown, a detour from an accomplished rally series that plays like a side project in between major releases. Here the crash is king, and whether you're participating in a race or demolition event, a healthy portion of T-bones and paint trading is encouraged. It's a recipe for pulpy arcade fun that rarely disappoints, but in spinning the Dirt franchise out in this way, Codemasters risk alienating the racing fans they've worked so hard to impress. Despite running on the same ego engine that made games like Grid such a joy to play, the famous Dirt physics have had their sharp corners rounded out to favour collisions over cornering. Dirt Showdown hinges on three core event types: straightforward races, anarchic demolition derbies, and a return of Dirt 3's Gymkhana obstacle courses, this time renamed as Hoonigan Trials. Each mode has 3 or 4 different kinds of events, 10 upgradable vehicles exclusive to each discipline, and enough variety in setting and courses to keep the slog through championships feeling fresh. While fatigue will inevitably set in as familiar events and locations rear their heads once again, Dirt Showdown does well to stretch 3 play types over such a range of challenges. Race events may suffer from the simplistic controls, but they are saved by some imaginative variations on the formula. Hoonigan Trials are also an odd carryover from Dirt's strikingly similar Gymkhana courses, but a bit of respite from the constant threat of collision is sometimes just what the stunt driver ordered. More problematic are the demolition modes, arguably the main event of this arcade throwback, which are too often decided by luck and random crashes than any kind of skill or strategy. Piggybacking on Dirt 3's engine, Dirt Showdown is undeniably the most gorgeous game in the car combat genre. Lighting effects give the game a saturated, glossy look, and the vehicles all look fantastic, even if the underdeveloped damaged models leave something to be desired. Those who shudder at Dirt's occasionally garish design may find the overblown menus and liberal dosage of fireworks and lens flare off-putting, but as a playground of arcade racing, this style is perfect. Dirt Showdown is best described as unapologetic. From the Ben-Hur menu blocks crashing into view, or the dubstep screamo soundtrack that will have you rocking out or rocking back and forth depending on your musical taste. With Rise Against and Enter Shikari blasting out, it's easy to lose yourself in some mindless car-based violence. One thing which will sadly bring you out of the moment is the commentary. Delivered by one overzealous announcer, the snappy one-liners are horrendous, and the self-aware witticisms can go on forever.
What a drive! It's over.
Dirt Showdown is destruction derby for the 21st century. Those expecting anything deeper will be sadly disappointed, but what Codemasters have produced is joyous destructive nonsense with enough going on under the hood to avoid screeching to a halt. Not one for the Hall of Fame, but for that kid smashing cars together, it's an entertaining distraction.